Alright, so this is the staff. And I pick it up and I step out, and there's definitely some power that needs to be exerted through the twisting. There's some power that needs to be expressed through the stepping. And then there's also the power of, you got this hand, you've got this hand, and they both work together, and this hand is pulling back this way. Bob, I don't want to hurt you. So anyway, you're pulling back, even though this is my left hand, it still has to do something. So I'm pulling back with it, okay? And then the next thing from here is you step forward and you block. But of course it could be an attack too. So you could basically think about walking. You're here this way, and you twist, and then you adjust your footwork. I'm putting this back on my shoulder. You know, I may or may not want to point it at the person, but I think it's more about putting it on the shoulder or even back here. And then I want to twist again. So this hip rotation is important. I've got a bad tendency to move my knees, and I've been told that it's better to do it with the waist and not with the knees. It's bad for your knees. And they say that Xing Yi comes from the spear. So if I made contact with your left hand, then my left hand and my right hand almost pull at the same time. I'm pulling your hand, and I'm chopping or slapping at the same time. So if I'm here, whang, it's actually the same thing as if I'm here, whang, doing that. So anyway, that's something to think of. Supposedly Xing Yi came from the spear. So if you're doing the staff, then you're pretty much in the intersection of all that. Okay. So what's another one? Haven't figured out why yet. Like I said, I'm not the expert. Okay, so this is, my right hand is forward and my left foot is forward. So I'm actually kind of twisted up here. So I've been told if my right foot is forward, then I should use dropping energy and go into horse stance. Drop. Okay? So drop. Okay, so twisting, dropping, twisting, dropping. Ah! So twisting, dropping, twisting, dropping. So when you drop, this should be vibrating if I'm doing it right. Okay? What else do we got? So those are the two main ones. You've got your twisting with your left foot forward. You've got the dropping with your right hand and right foot forward. And then you've got one that seems very, very weak, which is like this. Bang. I don't know. I mean, hey, what? So there's the twisting. Boom. There's the dropping. All right, so we're going to prepare to thrust now. To thrust, I'm going to come down and hit the person's arm, and because Anyway, it's gonna make. I'll spare you why. I'll tell you later why, but it's gonna make a circle, which means I could hit this and loot and go further away from him and down, and then I'm gonna thrust. Boom. See? All the energy goes out. Boom. So that's number 2 of the words that we were talking about, or the thoughts that we were talking about. Right? Maybe I'm here and I hit his hand, right? Boom. And there's the energy going out. Number 2, the energy goes out. There's the energy going out. All right. So again, and one of the reasons to make a circle is, we could be weapon to weapon here, and he could be on this side. His weapon could be on this side of it, so I can just come around and then do that. Now from here, I'm going to slide up, but I'm also going to come here. Boom. Right? And see, look what I'm doing. I'm winding up to twist, and I'm going to step forward, and the energy comes out. And then guess what I'm ready for now? Oh, I messed it up. The twisting again. And the blocking, which also winds you up, right? Yin yang. So this is a yin, and there's a yang. So when we say yin and yang, goes together, you could put this out here, and I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do, and then they do something, and then my force comes out. But this is the preparation, or the yin, to this yang. Yin, yang, yin, yang. So it all goes together. Right? Because if I'm here, I really can't yang much from here. I guess I could come up like this, but that's not very yang. If I really want to yang, then I'd have to yin. And then yang. Theoretically, like I said, I'm not the expert. Alright, so what else? Okay, so we did, so I come down on top. So I could come down on the top, and I could suppress or monitor. I could wait and figure out what he's going to give me. And then if he gives me the appropriate response that would lead to this, then I give him that. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll give me something else. Maybe I need to do something else. Maybe he's going to give me something where I have to do this. Right? Which to me is kind of like a number 3 angle, protecting the legs. Right? And then, not that I like this one. This one seems very weak, but it's there. And then after that, then you can come up here again. And then you can also go backwards and do this. Okay, now, if we say that Xing Yi came from the spear, then we talk about the 5 elements. And the 5 elements would be, well, here's my metal. That's metal. I'm chopping, right? Metal is chopping. So there's my chopping. Boom. From here, I could do fire. Right? This is fire. Boom. Boom. All right. From here, I could do water. So water could be like that. And actually, I need to get some twist in that. That's water. Water shoots up, but it also falls down. But this indeed is water. And then side moves. Side moves would be earth. Okay? So earth could be like this. That's earth. That's earth. That's earth. 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 Okay? So earth is with this part of the back, and it's kind of like from the sides. As I understand it. Now bong is wood, and bong is thrust. So, now when you talk about five elements, each element should generate the next one, and then they're also conquered by a different one. So you've got a five-pointed star, and one element leads. If you do one element, a technique based on one element, then it should lead to the next element, and then it should be also conquered by a different element, which is usually lines going to another part of the star. So we'll explore that some more later. I haven't thought about that too much in relation to the staff. But these different five elements of the techniques should also lead to the next. So if you're really close with a long weapon, then you've got some different movements that kind of come from this area. Right? If you're very far, maybe even out of the range of what you can see, but if you're very far, then you could also slide this down and get the extra length. Instead of being like this and not being able to reach, you can slide and hit somebody far away. So I could be here and right? All right. So anyway, we got the twisting and the dropping. You've got this weird one, and then I think there's another one. There's another chop that I can't think of. But you also have this rising one. And then here's another thrusting one. And see if you can get. You want to get a little half step, and you want to get a little rotation in this to help the energy get out. So we've got stepping and twisting, we've got stepping and twisting, and we got stepping and dropping energies. What else? You've got the circular. And the circular, and this could definitely be, could be, you don't have to necessarily suppress. If somebody else also had a weapon, and you know they had something too, something like this, then again you don't have to necessarily just suppress and feel and wait, and then thrust if they give it to you. You can be here, and you can and thrust. So in other words, what I'm saying is you can hit or cut depending on what's on the end of this. you can hit or cut and then thrust. And I think there's more, but that's all I can think of right now.